What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today's story is all about the Google Pixel Fold and all the hate it's getting, and if I'm personally having any issues. Is the screen broken? Is the software bad? Is there anything at all wrong with this Google Pixel Fold? And I just wanted to talk about it because every video that I put, every post that I put on social media has so much negative feedback. I would guess over 95% of you, probably 99% of you guys, haven't even touched this phone. You haven't swiped the screen, you haven't seen it in person, you haven't held it, you haven't seen anything more than something on a website, like an article written about it, or a video. It's a completely different experience when you get to play with a phone. And this phone, especially it being a first generation, no one's really touched it except for the people that have really owned it, or maybe you stepped into a Best Buy real quick and played with it for a second. It always takes a little bit of time for you to get used to a phone, especially when it's different in its aspect ratio or its form factor or its software than the phone that you were using previously. I put out a video when I first got this phone. It was about, let's say 24 hours later. And when I made that video, some of the things that I said about the phone were the orientations are kind of weird. The usage of it though was generally really good. And then there's articles coming out, before the phone was actually released and then after, about how the screen breaks and the phone sucks and it's not good and it's not great at anything. And I am here to tell you, this is one of the, you know what, I'm gonna have to say it. It's literally the best experience I have had on a foldable phone. It doesn't make it perfect. It doesn't mean it doesn't have anything wrong with it, or that there's things that they can't improve on. There are. Don't get me wrong, there are. But on a day-to-day usage of this thing, it does all of those key things amazingly well. The overall usage of this phone is amazing. Like just using it on a day-to-day basis in terms of like, just swiping up and swiping down and multitasking and using apps and just using the phone, typing on it, talking on it, all of that. It's amazing. It's great. It's the smoothest experience on any foldable phone I have ever used. Might not get the best benchmarks, just raw horsepower, but day-to-day usage, this is uncomparable. It's amazingly smooth. The software and how they, it's not a huge difference than say like using a Samsung just day-to-day usage, but there is a little bit of difference right now. And it's different in that Samsung software is so full of features and things to do in there and customizations, and you might love that. And that is great, don't get me wrong. But if you just want to do things and kind of make the phone kind of not get overwhelmed with things and make things run really smooth and beautifully and make sense and very intuitive, this is an awesome experience. Really, really awesome experience. So software-wise, I personally, as much as some of the things that I like to see in Samsung, and there are some things, and I'll follow that in a separate video, there are some things on the Galaxy Z Fold phones that I would like to bring over to this. I would personally, on a day-to-day usage, I would rather use this phone. And then when you get to the just overall look of the phone, this is a much better experience than the Galaxy Z Fold 4. The tall, skinny display doesn't do anything compared to this. This is much more usable and friendly. And then this is way wider on a day-to-day usage, this inside display of the Pixel Fold. It is. But when you add this LoveHandle Pro in a good case, you're absolutely fine. You're back to one-handed use. But it's cool because you can turn it like this, you can turn it like this, and you can still use it in those orientations. So it makes it a lot easier and potentially more reasonable to use. I know I like personally doing multitasking on this display versus the Galaxy Z Fold 4 because of the fact that when I have two apps running, I can see more left to right. I might not be able to see as much, top to bottom, but I'd rather see more left to right, especially if I'm on a website or a video. That's better for widescreen content. So I like that better for this. So those things alone make it the camera's much better. So, I'm not gonna get in a full review right now because I kind of already did an initial review and I want to compare these against, but I just wanted to say, I personally am not having any issues with the Pixel Fold. My screen looks great, it's beautiful, it's clear. I do wish it was brighter. I have to max it out to basically 100% when I'm outdoors or in a somewhat lit environment. But other than that, I don't have any broken pixels or any weirdness going on my phone, and it runs beautifully. I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it. I've fallen in love with this device, and going back to my Galaxy Z Fold 4, it's weird because I know it has more features, don't get me wrong again, but it feels like taking a step back in the UI sense of just using it day to day. It doesn't feel right. It feels old fashioned. And when the Fold 5 comes out, I don't foresee myself at all making that my day-to-day phone. This will continue to be my day-to-day phone. This phone does the basics, the normal stuff, the standard stuff, all right, all really good, all really simple, all really fluid, and a nice experience. And that's what I would want in a phone. That's what I want in a phone. Very happy with this phone right now. It is a rekindling, not that I was falling out of love with the folding phones, but this is definitely getting me hyped up again for the future of foldable phones. And that OnePlus Fold phone could completely destroy this phone when it comes out because of the better specs that one will have and the bigger displays it'll have versus this phone and the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Z Fold 4 and the 5 have taken a year off, and it's time to look at something new, guys, especially if you're looking at it. You will be very happy with this phone. I'm extremely happy with this phone. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's get into our Q&A. Mavis is asking if you can sign up for a discount like you could when the Galaxy S23 Ultra was released up for the upcoming Samsung event. So they haven't announced anything yet. They probably will about a week or maybe two before the event, that you'll be able to sign up for some pre-order and get extra trading credits or something like that. It probably won't be a discount. It'll probably get like $50 or $100 extra trading credit, pre-order credits, I should say, to buy like accessories and things like that. Thanks so much, guys. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.